Rin here, and today I'm going to be working on this 2002 Ford Focus ZTS with the 16 valve Zetec engine. So this car has a really weird issue where the temperature gauge is super sporadic, and while it's being sporadic, the AC stops working, the car's idle changes while you're driving, it causes it to lurch, it causes it to do all kinds of weird things, the transmission shifts very weird, and the reason why is actually because it has a failing cylinder head temperature sensor. So these cars don't actually have coolant temperature sensors. They actually use a probe type thing here that actually goes into the back of the cylinder head to read temperature. And you're also given like a check engine light for the cylinder head temperature. I don't remember the code, but I'll just go ahead and pull it up like right here so you can see which code. If you have that code, that's probably what's failed, because these commonly fail a lot. And there's not really any videos that explain where on this specific Zetec is it, because usually the newer ones actually have them up here, but this one is actually on the back of the head. And I'm going to show you guys how to remove it and replace it. So first thing you want to do is we're going to remove these two things here. So this is only held in by one bolt, and then it's held in by a tab. I've already taken it out, so you literally can just pull it up and pull it to the side. Make sure that is tight so it doesn't leak any. And then the power steering reservoir is only held in by bushings. You just pull it straight up and the whole thing comes out. Now here you can actually see where the cylinder head temperature sensor is. It's actually here in the back, like I said before, and then this is the pigtail for it. I already went ahead and unplugged it because I was doing some diagnosing, and yeah, this was the problem. But to get to this, we're going to have to actually pull out, or at least move this alternator away to where I can get to the back of the cylinder head. So what you're going to want to do is there's a tensioner pulley down all the way over here. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. Oh yeah, it did. This one right here, I believe it's a 15 millimeter, could be wrong. What you do is you just put a giant wrench onto that, you pull it towards you, and it will loosen the tension on this belt. You can pull this off, and then we can go ahead and show you the next steps after that. Okay, so I went ahead and removed the tension off the belt and got it off. Now there are two 10 millimeter bolts holding this in. The first one is actually right here, and I won't be able to really show you this one, but it's directly on the back behind this pulley. Go ahead with your 10 millimeter wrench and get that off, and I'm gonna go ahead and push that to the side. Okay, so this is where things start to get a bit tedious. So after you back out these two bolts, one of them is going to come out, but the other one is actually not going to be able to come out, as you can see right here. The reason why is because there is not enough room between the alternator and the chassis to pull it all the way through, but it's just out enough to where it's not within the alternator bracket. So once you pull it as far as you can out, you go ahead and get a pry bar and you pry between the cylinder head and the alternator to move it back. Once you got it loose, you can actually grab it and push it back, and that should give you enough room. Now, this is where the tedious part starts. So it is pretty far back there, but you can reach your hand back there. I have a pretty big hand, so if I can reach it, a lot of you can. You're gonna have to grab the wire and trace it all the way back with your hand to where the sensor is. And I feel it, so what you do is you have two options. One of them is, if the wire is too tedious, you could just cut it off and just get the 15 millimeter wrench onto it on this side, and then just break it loose, and then you can loosen it with the rest by hand. Or you could be like me, and I got fairly lucky. I was able to just get it on there first try and break it loose, and it's coming out very, very easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video real quick and pull the old one out. Okay, I actually got this thing out. This one, it doesn't require a whole lot of torque to be put onto it. You can pretty much hand tighten it and then just snug it very lightly with the 15 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it. Okay, the new sensor is in. I did enough finagling to get it in there. I kind of had it like at an offset, so I kind of had it in like this and was able to break it loose or tighten it just a little bit. So now it's pretty snug, and now it's just putting everything back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that alternator in, get the belt back on, all this stuff, and see if it works. Okay, so getting this alternator back onto its bracket was a lot of finagling. There's a lot of pulling it towards the engine, and it just really fought me this entire time trying to get those 2 bolts back in. So it's just really gonna be you guys trying to figure out how to get that back in as easy as possible. I just pushed it back in as much as I could, and I got the 2 bolts started, and that was about it. And I got the tensioned with the belt back on. I just got to go ahead and remove this little plastic piece right here and slide it onto the original one, and then that's about it. All we have to do is just put these 2 back together and put the battery back on and see how it does. Okay, so everything's all plugged back in. Go see how the temperature sensor acts now. Well, it looks like that worked. The temperature sensor is now reading because it is no longer just pinned all the way at the bottom of cold. Started up just fine. It actually started way better than normal. Go ahead and turn the AC on. The AC compressor did kick on, and now the AC is blowing cold. Sweet. So I hope this helps you guys, since there was no videos on it, and I wish you the best of luck on removing and replacing this sensor as well.